the Pisces moon mean Rashi and the Pisces ascendant, this video is for both of you. All right. And I'll explain the difference because a lot of people ask me questions and they're confused about where should I look at the transit from. So where do I look at it from? Where do most other astrologers look at the transits from? We look at it from the moon and we look at it from the ascendant both. Now, what is the difference? It's very simple. So, moon is nothing, which means if you're Pisces moon and your ascendant is something else, like you're a Libra ascendant or a Capricorn ascendant, you will look at the transit from both. Okay. And how is the difference? How do we look at it? Moon is nothing but your feelings. All right. It is more mental. And ascendant is more of action and your body. Are they both connected? Yes, they're absolutely connected because your thoughts become actions. Right? Let me try to explain it with another example. It's the difference between, a software and a hardware. So the moon is the software and ascendant is like your hardware. Okay? Without the software, the hardware will not work. All right? So, for example, you're a Pisces moon and your ascendant is Virgo, polar opposites, right? One is extremely, the Virgo energy is the logical, analytic energy. If they want to buy a car, they will look at all possible cars and what are the reviews. These are the people who are taking time and analyzing everything using logic. And the Pisces moon is like, hey, you know what? I like the color and I like the feel of it. All right. They will not pay so much attention on the specifications. So it's a polar difference in the way of looking at it. Now, how does it affect? So I'll give you an example of a person. She's an astrologer, by the way, right? Very interesting because a Virgo astrologer, the reason I'm talking about Virgo is it's a polar 180 degrees difference between the Pisces way of looking at life and the Virgo way of looking at life. Will use logic all the time, calculate the degrees, the nakshatras, the pada of nakshatra is a very analytical and Virgo way of looking at things. Whereas the Pisces way of looking at things is more of intuition, the 12th house energy of intuition and gut feeling. So Pisces moon and Pisces ascendant people can take some of the major decisions of their lives on gut feeling. Now, if they are right or wrong, can depend on a lot of things, how strong their gut feeling is. And sometimes they take wrong decisions about their career, about their life partner, depending on their gut feeling. All right. So in today's world, we should look at more logical and analytics and numbers before we take decisions, because in today's world, Kali Yuga, money is very important and relationships are diminishing. People are having contractual relationships with each other and not deep, intense, idealistic relationships like the Pisces moon and the Pisces ascendants, right? What are the professions that the Pisces people are excel in? They are philosophers, imagination, writers, natural flair of writing, fantasy novels. They connect with characters in fantasy novels in their imagination, fantastic imagination artists, which is why a planet like Venus exalts in the sign of Pisces, right? Because Venus is the artist, it's the imagination, it's love and romance. So they could be extreme romantics. All right. And which is why Venus debilitates in the sign of Virgo, because Virgo is about logic and analysis. And you can't have love and romance with logic, other than because it's not that, right? What debilitates in Pisces? Mercury. Mercury is buddhi, brains, all right? analysis, logic, that debilitates in the sign of Pisces and exalts in the sign of Virgo. Okay. Healers can be seen from Pisces. Healthcare professionals, healers, astrologers can be seen. Tarot card readers can be seen from Pisces. That's the Pisces energy. All right. So, isolation, where you are in your own world using your imagination and isolation, which is why places where isolation, like monasteries, hospitals, prisons, where people are isolated, are all seen. Foreign lands, are seen from Pisces. Okay. So I hope I was able to understand how to look at your chart. So even if you don't have your moon in Pisces, or if you don't have your ascendant as Pisces, but if you have a cluster of planets, for example, Jupiter, Mercury and Saturn are in Pisces, which means, your chart is pointing towards a very strong Pisces energy. And you should be looking at transits from Pisces as well. Okay. So let's quickly look at the conjunction on 29th March. And the reason I have mentioned May 18th is because during this time, Rahu and Saturn will be conjunct. And just on 29th, we have Venus, Mercury, Moon, the Sun, like massive meeting of the grahas, right? It's like and who's out of it? Mars says that I'm going to be out of it. So Mars is not a part of this conjunction. Thank God. Yeah. But Jupiter is definitely a part of it, because this conjunction is happening in Pisces and Jupiter is the lord of Pisces. All right. So there is a Parivartan Yoga or exchange yoga, which is happening between Venus and Jupiter. Okay. Which means Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Venus. Venus is sitting in the sign of Jupiter and exalting it. Okay. Very powerful yogas forming for the Pisces people. Neech Bhang is happening because of Mercury and Venus. So a few friends are hanging out together. For example, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, they're all friends. Saturn, all friends with each other. Yeah. Sun is an enemy. All right. Sun and Saturn absolutely don't get along. Sun and Rahu don't get along. Okay. So this time period, I'm going to give you some dates which you need to watch out for. It is the time to get fit. That is all I can sum it up, right? Sade-Sati, I've made a video on Sade-Sati for the Pisces moon people. Take a look at that video. Saturn will be looking at Jupiter for over a month with the third aspect. All right. So this particular conjunction and the time period that I've mentioned till May 18th can give health related issues. So that's the first negative thing I want to say about it. So it's time to, if you've been considering going to the gym, this is your time to get that membership. Go on 29th March and get that membership. Join the gym, start exercising, and start focusing on that particular business or side hustle that you have been working on. If not, it's time to take action, because Saturn has come to your first house. See, Saturn isn't very strong in the first house, but if you align yourself to Saturn's energy, you get great results. I have seen charts of great cricketers. For example, I think Kohli has Saturn in the first house. All right. So Saturn doesn't have strength in the first house. Saturn is the seventh house planet. It's where business relationship and long-term commitment is seen from there. In the first house, Saturn asks for action on you. So which means it's time to get out of that imagination and make those thoughts into reality, because Saturn is a planet of reality. Rahu has been sitting there for a very long time, guys, which can give you illusion, because Rahu causes illusion, especially when it's in the first house. All right. So these people can make a lot of, you probably make a lot of things. Say, yes, I will do this, you will do that. But you see, over a period of time has passed and you haven't taken action. So Saturn coming there is a very big sign for you to start taking action. Okay. And especially the next couple of months, it's time to sit down, make that routine for yourself, make that checklist that I'm going to accomplish this. I will finish this, finish that one thing and do the second thing. Because the other thing that I've seen about people with a very strong Pisces in their chart is they will try to do too many things. Okay, I will do this, I will do that, I will do this, but they are not able to complete anything. So it's trying to bring structure and organization, because Saturn is going to stay there for a while. All right. And then what happens is after 18th, Rahu goes to your 12th house. So there is a direct, and it is, it was your 12th lord. Rahu is the part owner of Aquarius. So you see this first house and 12th house connection happening. Okay, which is fantastic for you, because you can use your imagination. People who are wanting to go to foreign lands, this is a great time. Depends on how strong your Saturn and Rahu is in your chart, because some people will have to go illegal immigrants, and you see it's happening already, right? Trump has been sending people, and this will be a global process, and you will see that Pisces is the sign of the borders, the boundaries, right? And you will see some immigration laws being very, very strict. You will see some action in the monasteries and the gurus and temples and all the NGOs. There could be some government related regulation that will be passed, because Sun is right now passing through it, and they're all having a meeting. All right, all these things can be observed, but for you as an individual, I think the next couple of months is a game changer. I would call it a reset for you. All right. Change of careers, change of profession. If it hasn't happened, it will happen. All right. It may not be completely a polar opposite profession. Some of you will have a complete change of profession. Others will have lateral movements and change in role. So be prepared for that, because Saturn is a karaka of your profession, your career. And there will be some connection with the 12th house related things, with Rahu transiting there, especially the ones going through Jupiter Mahadasha, Saturn Mahadasha, especially Rahu Mahadasha, Ketu Mahadasha, and the Antardasha of these planets that I have mentioned. Okay. Now the trigger date, one of the trigger dates, so make a note of the trigger dates. One of the trigger dates would be 3rd or 4th April, because see, Mars has not been part of this. The ones going through Mars or have a very strong Mars, or Mars is Atma Karaka, Amatya Karaka, Mars will transit to debilitation, Cancer, in April. And then it'll go to Leo on June 7th. So the dates that I'm saying, remember. But long story short, Jupiter is the one saving a lot of people. Why? Because Jupiter will transit to your 4th house, and it will mutually aspect Rahu. And Jupiter is one of the only planets that keeps Rahu under control. A Guru Chandal Yoga will form. So watch my other videos where I've explained the Rahu and Jupiter conjunction. I've made a video on Guru Chandal Yoga, where Jupiter and Rahu mutually aspect, and it will be there from mid of May till October 18th, I believe, when Jupiter will be fast moving. It'll be going past the sign of Gemini and going to Cancer. It will be a trigger for a lot of people, right? Lots of things will change. I see more good things happening. Like I said, it's time to get fit. Once the Pisces energy people, they become structured and routined about their physical body, you will see your career and other things are falling in place. And let me know in the comments, share your experience. If you were wanting to get that gym membership, that yoga membership, do it. Okay. It's time to look after your health. The health related issues will be there in the time period I have mentioned. Okay. Don't make investment decisions during this time. Okay. Wait till about July, and then you go ahead with if you're wanting to make any major investments. All those who are into any kind of business where technology is involved and out of the box thinking is involved, you will do great. Okay. Anyone who's trying to get into education related industry or social media will do fantastic. Great time to get into a side hustle, and especially a business of your own instead of working for other people. I think this next couple of years we will see the maximum number of entrepreneurs. A lot of people will stop working for other people and start their own business. So these are my thoughts. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with other friends and family. If you need a consultation, my information is right here. All right. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you all the best.